you doing, everybody? And welcome to a brand new show called Our Heroes Corners. And what this show is dedicated to is our military veterans. What we are going to do is feature a veteran every week. Also, give you guys some helpful tips on where to go for help, whatever it may be, whether it's car insurance, banking. Yes, the VA. We're going to give you all that information every week right here on this show. We will be live every Sunday. So let's get right into it. The first veteran we are honoring today is my late father. This gentleman right here, his name is Carl Roberts. He served in the Army from 1958 to 1964. He was stationed up in Alaska when it became a state. He was stationed on a missile silo that was facing towards Russia at the height of the Cold War. So his unit that he was assigned to was the 43rd Air Defense Artillery Regiment. They were one of 4 bases up there that were a missile silo. They were the Nike missile silos, to be precise. Little lineage of them. So this is the way it follows: was headquarters and headquarters battalion of the 43rd Artillery Group and the 43rd, 61st, 64th Field Artillery Battalions consolidated, reorganized, and redesignated August 1958 to July 1959 as the 43rd Artillery, a parent regiment under the Combat Arms Regimental System. And then it changed again. So now they are all under the Arctic Defense Command up there. But as my father was telling me, he was basic training was down in Georgia. Did his time down there, and then got sent to missile training. But also too, while he was there, he got knocked down a few pegs, merits for bad behavior. My father was a little bit of a rebel. The reason he went into the military was he had to repeat either the 9th grade, I believe it, or the 10th grade. And it was either you repeat the year or you went into the military. So my father decided he was going to go into the military. Got trained through the Army. Got his GED through the Army also. He was telling me that up there in Alaska, you could walk around town with your shirt wide open, your jacket wide open, because it's no wind. It was what they call a dry air. But guys were in town. They would do everything in town. He was also telling me about times that the guards would rotate the towers because somebody decided to take out a moose, and that's what their meals were. That was the MPs. But he always enjoyed it. He wished he stayed in a little bit longer at times. But when he did come home, he joined a lot of organizations. So we went into the VA system. Yes. Did he go to them all the time? No, he didn't, because he didn't trust them at times, because they would be delays of going to see doctors or anything like that. But this is what my father did. But what he did do was he joined an organization called the Elks, Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks. You can look them up. It's elks.org. Anybody can look them up. But what they are known for the most is helping our veterans. So I'm going to show you a patch that my late father and I'm also an elk. And one of our committees that we belong to was very prevalent to us was the National Veterans Service Commission. And we help a veteran on a daily basis, no matter what it is. And I will say this, folks, with the Elks, whatever you donate goes to that cause, whether it's a veteran or the children, every dollar goes there. We do not take a dime. And then um, we also help homeless veterans. This is all through the commission. Okay. We help homeless veterans find funding, well, get a housing, or once they finally get housing, we help set them up with bedding, pots, pans, and all that. Now, in 2003, when the first war on terrorism started, well, shortly after 9/11, the Elks turned around and, under the umbrella of the Veteran Service, started another program called the Army of Hope. As you can see, Army of Hope. And what the Army of Hope is we turn around and the families of our fallen soldiers we take care of. The kids, we do a back to school program. We do, in September, I'm in Jersey, so in September we do a huge picnic and we bring in the families and read off the names of all those that were lost from New Jersey. But also too, I know this is a new episode, so it's we're going to do a quick one, but going forward, we're going to be a little bit longer. But for those of you that are interested in the VA system, you have 4 different ways of doing this. You can apply at theva.org. You can call them Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at 1-877-222-8387. All this information is going to be linked in the description. Check them out. You can also apply by the mail, and you can also apply in person. I highly recommend our veterans. Yes, even if you don't like the VA system, check them out. But if you know anybody that's a veteran and want to get their stories out, but this is what this show is about. It's about to get the stories of our veterans out there. One of our biggest goals is our World War II veterans, because they are the greatest generation in the world, and we're losing them daily, and we want to get their stories out there. So until next week, which will be a little bit longer, I know eventually we are going to have a family member of a member from Easy Company 506 101st Airborne from Pennsylvania. The late Bill Garnier's granddaughter will be coming on our show to discuss the stories she's heard from him compared to what is out there in the book from Stephen Ambrose. So again, please stay tuned. Leave us feedbacks on here, and we will see you all on the next show.